What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk. The channel we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss why building wealth will help you enjoy life. That probably won't be the title of the video, but that's going to be pretty much the synopsis of what I'm going to be talking about today. So, admin notes. Thanks again to all my subscribers subscribing to the channel. I endeavor to push out these videos to give you leverage to better yourselves. So it looks like I'm at a water park, as you can see in the back of me, behind me. But yes, that is a little small water park behind me. But this is a resort in Negril, Jamaica. Okay, out here with my family. My sister-in-law got married this weekend. So I said, well, let's maybe go ahead and just bring the whole family out here and enjoy the sights and, just enjoy Jamaica, enjoy the sun, enjoy the beach, all those things, right? So actually, I'm gonna give you a little panoramic view of what I'm looking at right now. So yeah, so it's definitely enjoyable to come out here. This is actually my second time being in the grill. Came out here to renew my wife's 15-year wedding anniversary a couple years ago. Just been enjoying life, y'all. And I'm telling you right now, the only way you can be able to enjoy life is if you build wealth for yourself and build wealth for your family. I cannot stress this enough. You need to learn how money works. You need to learn how credit works. You need to learn how to invest money. There's just so many things about finances that sets you free when it comes to life and when it comes to being able to take care of yourself and your family. And I learned this kind of late in life. I'm only 45, so I'm not too old, but there were just so many things that I didn't know about money growing up as a young adult. And if I could just tell my 22-year-old self, because I became a little bit more mature than what I would probably expect myself to be at 22. So anything before that, I'd have been like, I would have took the information. It would have been like, now I'm just gonna go out here and party, drink, chase women, all those things, right? But once I became 22 is when I really started thinking, like, I was raised in like a really, really impoverished area. And as you're growing up, like as a child, like you don't really know you're poor. You understand, like, maybe you're hungry every single night, which I wasn't, thank goodness. My mom and my grandmother really took care of us when it came to that, but it was government assistance that helped them do that, right? But just little small things that happens to you when you're a child, to where you'll realize that you may not have as much as what your friends may have, but at the end of the day, you don't really understand what the concept of broke means when you're younger, when you're a child. But as I look back on my life, we wasn't balling by any means, right? And no diss or anything towards my mom, my grandmother, but it's a generation trap when it comes to how money works and how they were able to deal with money. And of course, being women, it was somewhat of a restriction when it came to like how much money they could make at a time. My grandmother was born in the 1920s as a black woman, right? So outside of doing some type of home care or babysitting, which I believe she did actually up until the time she couldn't because she got sick. But there wasn't like a lot of opportunities for black women during that time, and as time progressed, my mom, she was born in the 50s. So there still was some challenges there. But at the end of the day, there was really some things that happened in the black community during that time that really hindered how women could make money and actually learn how money is, how money works. But yeah, so that's gonna be another video. But getting back to what I was saying, building wealth helps you enjoy things like this, right? Never in a million years would I thought that I'd be sitting here with my family in Jamaica, chilling, not having a care in the world, really taking vacation, right? And there's so many folks that take vacation, like they may come out here, but they're penny pinching. You know, they're watching every single penny that gets dropped when they're on vacation. That's not a vacation, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm spending, you know, with reckless abandon, and like I'm not, you know, tracking like how much I spend. But at the end of the day, if I had a catastrophe that happened with my family, Lord forbid, here, I wouldn't be hurting no money to pay for it, right? I've set money to the side, and I've made sure that I had enough resources that when I came out here, I don't have to worry about money. I have to worry about paying for something. You know, if my kids want something, bam, charge to the room. My wife wants something, boom, charge to the room. You know, if you know some of the things that I bought from my sister-in-law, and my new brother-in-law, boom, you know, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we want to go on vacation and actually be on vacation, not be worried about money, right? And you know, I've gone over a lot of ways to be able to build wealth on this channel. I'm still going to keep pushing out videos to give you other ideas of how to build wealth and how to take care of your family financially. But this video specifically is telling you that you cannot do things like this and enjoy yourselves without having excess resources. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, that don't go on vacation and don't like, and then put yourself in a situation to where like, oh, it's, you know, if something happens that I can't pay for, so I'm not going on vacation at all. I'm not saying that at all. You know, I don't know what your situation is, so you know, you do what's best for you and your family. That's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not telling you that you cannot go on vacation. What I'm saying is, especially towards men, what I'm saying is that you need to put yourself in position to where, like, when you go on vacation, you're not concerned about something happening financially, whether it be while you're here on vacation or if something happens at home, right? And I'm telling you, having that kind of freedom is like nothing else. You know, it's like it's just yeah. Sorry about that. They have Jamaicans out here walking these beaches and everything, and you know, selling stuff. You know, it's all good. You know, respect. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you don't want to come out on vacation and be really concerned about, oh, you know, if my wife or my kids like spend over, then we're short. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm gonna get myself out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I said, it's not vacation, man. That's not a vacation. That's you. You know, taking your family out, you know, to enjoy themselves. But you're not taking vacation. They may be taking vacation. You know what I'm saying? They may not have a care in the world. You know, provided that your wife understands what your finances are. But for the most part, you're the one that's worrying the most, other than your family. Your family is enjoying themselves, you know. So it's a blessing to be able to take your family out on vacation out of the country, and like I said, not be worried about wealth, not being worried about finances or anything that's happening, right? So we need to really put ourselves in position to be able to do that. We really need to. It's 2023, and the pandemic is not over, right? I mean, we still have COVID running around. We still got other diseases that are running around, right? But the world has opened up. You know, the world is for sale as far as like real estate and land. The world has opened up for vacation. They said this Memorial Day weekend was going to be the biggest one before COVID even hit, and I'm telling you right now, it was. My brother-in-law said that their flights over here were horrendous, as far as like layovers, canceled flights, having to stay for countless hours over the time they're supposed to left. I mean, it was crazy. Thank goodness that, knocking on wood, thank goodness that my family didn't deal with that. Hopefully we don't when we're traveling back. But stuff like that don't bother me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, being in the military, you know, they got this phrase called hurry up and wait. And trust me, there's been plenty of times where I've hurried up and waited for days before something that I was supposed to have been able to do happen, right? So it doesn't bother me. Pretty sure I don't want to put my family through that, right? But stuff like that don't bother me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just get a book, you know, maybe, grab some water or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Keep hydrated and just keep it moving, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that don't bother me, right? But like I said, the world is open, and you know, folks are out here enjoying themselves. You know, like this is actually a family resort, so there's a lot of kids out here. And like I said, a water park, and they got an arcade here. They have multiple pools. Of course, you saw the ocean. It's just lovely out here, right? But there's no way that I've been able to come out here and enjoy myself along with my family if I didn't have resources, meaning finances, that were straight at the house. I'm good. Yes, thank you, ma'am. So that was our butler, right? So see, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I come out here and I was able to spend enough money to be able to have my whole family come out here. Plane tickets are not cheap, y'all. You know, so look at them plane tickets from the States to Jamaica or any other island, and I paid for 7, right? Plus the rooms in plural, plus getting a butler to help us, you know, to be straight. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing us drinks and you know, other things, right? You know what I'm saying? So food is lovely. You know what I mean? And like I said before on a previous video, like, I'm not rich by any means. You know what I'm saying? You can still do things like this and not be like making $200,000, $300,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you manage your money and how you invest your money. You know what I'm saying? You could easily have a job that's between $60,000 to $80,000 a year and invest that money enough to where you can do exactly the same thing I'm doing right now and not have to worry about finances being messed up if somebody overspends. I'm telling you what I know, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you're making $60,000 to $80,000 a year, you can do this with no problem. No problem. It's all about how you invest your money, and it's all about how you treat money, right? Because there's so many stories that you could probably research on YouTube and just the internet, to where folks, they cut their expenses by, I don't know, maybe like 50%, even more. You got families or individuals that actually lived off only 20% of their income for years to save up and invest. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways for you to be able to use money to work for you, to be able to do things like this. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted and think that you have to make 6 figures in order to do stuff like this. You do not at all. It's all about how you treat money and how you invest your money to be able to do things like this. Now, me personally, I make over 6 figures. Yes, I do. I'm not even gonna cap about that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not making excess over 6. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and even before I was making 6 figures in the military, you don't make 6 figures. Not being enlisted, you just don't. And I was still able to do things like this, being an enlisted soldier. You know how many enlisted soldiers that I know, or that I knew when I was in the military, that were dead broke all the time? You know what I'm saying? But I was one of the rarities. I was able to learn how money works, and I was able to invest my money and save money in order to do things like this. So now that I'm retired and I'm drawing a disability check, and I'm making pretty good money on the outside world and corporate world, I'm able to do things even more lavish, I don't know what the word is. Living lavishly. I think that's a word. But bottom line, I'm able to do things like this and not be concerned about, finances being messed up. So anyways, get your weight up, get your finances up, learn about how money works, build your wealth in order for you to come out here to places like this, like Jamaica and other places, all right? But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. I endeavor to push out these videos to give you leverage to better yourselves. Finance, fitness, and folk. Triple F, I'm gone.